Hello to my network. Today I'm joined by Danielle Whitelock. Danielle works in the insurance industry as a general manager of client experience and is responsible for the leadership and delivery of claims and client service. Danielle has over 20 years insurance experience and is passionate about delivering the best possible client outcomes and developing new professionals into the industry. During this time, she has been responsible for delivering performance across the insurance value chain, including stakeholder and partnership management, underwriting, and claims. Welcome, Danielle.
Thanks, Deanna.
No problem. Let's get started. So if you could talk to yourself as a young grad in the industry, what advice would you give yourself knowing what you know now?
Sure. Probably my biggest piece of advice would be to take your time and look for opportunities that interest you as opposed to what you're expected to do. I've made several lateral moves during my career just for roles that looked interesting. And they're the roles that I look back on that made me who I am today and that I learned the most from.
Great. That's really great advice. And what has been the greatest achievement in your career?
It would be moving to New Zealand following the earthquake claims in Christchurch. At the time, I just accepted a new role in Australia, and I'd also just moved house. But I had a feeling that this would be a really great opportunity for me professionally and personally. So I picked up my life and moved to New Zealand during what was their biggest catastrophe and still is on record. But I feel really pleased that I did it. It was a challenging role, but I met some of the most inspiring and tenacious people of my career. And the capacity to work closely with clients on a recovery that large was exceptional. And I'm really pleased that I was able to walk away from that experience feeling like I made a big difference, despite the fact that there, even today, is still a lot to do.
Wow, that would have been a really rewarding experience for you.
It was. And as I said, it wasn't without its challenges, but I learned so much about how you work in an environment that is constantly evolving. And I've brought that skill set into future roles.
Fantastic. And what do you think is the most important skill for a successful claims professional?
Sure. I would say a problem-solving mindset, a deep understanding of empathy and clients, and the ability to work in stressful and evolving environments. So in claims, often you're dealing with people at the worst moments of their life and having a true appreciation of what that feels like for them, but also understanding that that's where your technical and insurance expertise can really be used. And offsetting that is the ability to make quick but well-researched decisions. So there often isn't time to drag things out inevitably. You want to put clients back into recovery as soon as you can, and you need to be able to use your experience to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can definitely see that speaking with so many claims professionals, empathy is a real reoccurring theme.
Yes.
And I can see that that's a really important skill for a claims professional. And what would you say your top tips for juniors or insurance professionals transitioning into a claims role would be?
Well, firstly, I think it's great news because I'm really passionate about claims. So I'm always thrilled to see people moving into the claims discipline. One of the things that I often consider is that claims is a great blend of technical expertise, personal skill sets, but also client interactions. And so my advice would be, if you can, try and spend some time with a claims professional, really understand what happens in a day of the life of a claims professional and what that looks like to you. How could you add value to that? And likewise, if there's pieces that you think you need to build upon, have a conversation with somebody doing that role so that you can understand what you need to develop in order to make that work.
Yeah, perfect. And having that network in the industry is great as well, so that you can refer and ask somebody questions and, get a real insight into what the day-to-day is too.
Absolutely. And I can say honestly, when I took on my first claims role, it was with a product I'd never worked with before and having never done claims before. And if it wasn't for having a mentor who was really keen to learn, to share his experience with me, I might not be in claims today. And so I genuinely think you won't come across many claims people who aren't happy to share why they love claims and what they feel are really important attributes in order to do it well.
Fantastic. And Danielle, what do you think is the most important emerging skill that insurance professionals will need in the next 10 years?
Sure. Really strong client management and an understanding of the changing technology that supports claims. So in the past 10 years, I've seen more changes with claims platforms, low touch, no touch claims processing involving technology solutions. That's really exciting, and understanding where we're at today, but also having an innovative mindset on where we could be tomorrow with technology. But on the other side of that, it means that when you do have client interactions, they are more important than ever, because that opportunity to speak with the client is your opportunity to deliver on the insurance promise. It's the outcome of all of the different decisions people make to insure with your business. So really understanding the responsibility that comes with that. And again, as I said earlier, having a really clear problem-solving mindset. So working with clients openly on solutions that are supported by your PDS and your business, but also taking into account what do they really need in that moment, and thinking outside of the square when you need to.
Perfect. That's really great advice. And I can see there, the contrast between obviously technology is emerging, but on the same note, having these good customer relations and making sure that they're meaningful and impactful as well.
Yeah.
Perfect. Danielle, thank you so much for joining the series, and to my network, stay tuned for the next series.
You're welcome. Nice to chat. Thanks.